Got another class of 2026 recruit to get on your radar here. This is one that I have just learned about this week. Jacob Weber, 2026 small forward, 6'6", four-star consensus prospect, but depending on which rankings database you use, all over the place in terms of just how good recruiting people think this guy is. 24/7 has him rated as the 135th best player in the class, but still a four-star. The composite has him just inside the top 100 at 95. I have seen other services rank him more in the 50s, 60s, 70s range. So I don't know, somewhere around a top 100 player in the class is the expectation for Jacob Weber, but he's been playing really well lately. This kid's a big time shooter, big time shot maker, and some of the better programs in the country that prioritize shooting have started to notice. Purdue just offered Jacob Weber yesterday, and we even have a KSR write up now as Kentucky and Mark Pope's coaching staff begin to prioritize Jacob Weber. I want to start broadly on his game cart. You probably know more about Jacob Weber than I do. Can you give me the scout, please?
Well, I mean, I think you called it out correctly right away. Before you talk about Weber, you got to talk about what he can do as a shooter and a shooter with size, that is too. And now I think when we talk about prospects on here, there's different levels of shooters. I think there's guys that like get their own, right? There's guys that can basically just walk you down, do him offense, as I like to call it. I don't think that Jacob's that type of player, but I think that there is a and that's not to diminish who he is. I just think he's more of an off-ball, get to the right spot shooter. And at 6'7", he doesn't need much, I guess, space, right? So like if he's playing off others and players are closing out on him, it's very, very tough if you fall asleep for a second or don't stick to him to get a good contest. And even if you do get a good contest at 6'7", he has a really good ability to knock down shots. I mean, I think I was looking at some of his so he had some Pangos numbers. He had a really good Pangos camp that was out in California, I believe. He's having a really good circuit with Adidas playing on that circuit. I just think that he's a guy that you brought up some of the coaches that are in on him. A 6'7" knows how to play off the ball, knockdown shooter is a commodity for sure in college basketball, especially you know, doing the whole game you want to do. I don't think you got to worry about Jacob Weber when he gets to your school necessarily, jump into the NBA or anything like that. I think you're looking at a guy that could be a program guy and knock down shots at a high level.
Yeah, he kind of fits the archetype where you know what you're getting, right? He's an elite shooter. He's got size. I don't think you have any false expectations that he's going to be like a pick and roll ball handler type for you. He's an off ball player, but he's an off ball player who makes everything better and easier on the guys who are on ball players on you. If you have a great big man that you want to feature, you need a player like Jacob Weber to get him space. If you have a great point guard, this is the type of guy that you want to play off of your point guard and catch shots in the corner and make them. He is interesting because I feel like there's a little bit of an element of surprise with teams like Purdue and Kentucky sniffing around this. I mean, you look through his offer list and just sort of his profile. He's been very productive playing high school ball in Nebraska. He had offers from Nebraska, Drake, Creighton, all these sort of local type schools that are certainly good offensive schools who have done some great things with shooters, but it really felt like a regional recruitment until this Adidas 3SSB event the other week where he was named one of the best players there, biggest stock risers, and now all of a sudden it's one of those ones where like if you put the work in and you're in Nebraska, you're like sweating right now and nervous that now KSR is doing write-ups of Jacob Weber and Matt Painter came in and offered, right? Today's video is sponsored by Corp On Demand. Car, do you take care of yourself?
I try my best to, yeah.
Like not just treat yourself to expensive meals, but like you go to the doctor and things like that?
No, I just take care of myself. There's no need to go to the doctor unless I'm not taking care of myself, right?
Are you afraid of the doctor, Cart?
Just a little bit. I mean, if nothing's wrong, why would I go there?
Listen, I'm the same way, and so are millions of men across America. But that's why LabCorp On Demand is helping millions of people like us. With their men's health test, you can get a comprehensive look at your hormone levels, your total testosterone, and you don't even have to go to the doctor. It's easy, and you get the results the next day.
Testosterone, is that a big thing?
It's a really important thing, Cart. Sometimes you can feel off without even knowing something's wrong. But LabCorp On Demand wants to keep you healthy and wants to make it as easy as possible. Right now, you can get 20% off your men's health test by visiting our sponsor at tryelco.com/sleepersmedia. It's simple, affordable, and honestly, it's empowering to know that you're healthy and have this info about your body.
Didn't know that testosterone did all those things. I'm gonna have to take the guesswork out of this and go get my health checked out today using LabCorp On Demand. Right, like God damn it, like you couldn't just stay away from that. You couldn't just have a solid, nice little tournament, knock down a couple shots, and then get ourselves out of here. You just had to go and just show that you can absolutely knock down shots at a very high level. Um, it's funny too because like you watch his shout out to college basketball scouting, by the way. They always do great stuff on YouTube. When you watch him and like what he knows how to do, like he's one of those guys that in transition he runs to the 3-point line. Like he's
Yeah.
got that type of shot and he does it really well. And credit to the guys he plays with too. They know that like, oh yeah, Jacob's gonna get to that spot on the wing and he's gonna knock it down.
Yeah. Yep. 100%. His high school production, I mentioned, he's been a very productive player. He's damn near a 50-40-90 guy in high school in Nebraska. 46% from the floor, 42% from three, 90% from the free throw line. Now, look, I don't know what level of competition there is in the state of Nebraska high school ball. But I will say for a guy that is very perimeter oriented in his game, that impresses me. Like if you have a full season sample size of being that efficient, primarily being a shooter, a high volume shooter from outside, that bodes pretty well for what you could translate to with a really good offensive coach and obviously some of the best offensive coaches in the country. Even Greg McDermott, who's been on him, right? Like Creighton always has great offensive players. I think everybody views this as like a chess piece, right? This isn't the guy that becomes the face of your program, but he's a really, really nice piece to have if you're trying to win games and build elite offenses. This goes for our Purdue and our Kentucky fans. I know we have big audiences with both that might be interested in this video when they hear that Jacob Weber is a guy their schools are recruiting. You can go sort of read the Purdue version of the write up on like, he got a painter offer. I think Dustin Shute wrote the article for SI. If you want the Purdue version, you can read that. If you want the Kentucky version, Jacob Polachek wrote that. KSR's got, hey, Kentucky's looking at him. It's funny to me because when you read the Purdue version, it's like his game is very similar to Fletcher Lawyer.
Mm.
And then you read the Kentucky version and it's like, we know what Mark Pope does with shooters, Kobe Bray. So there's a very one for one pitch here, but I guess out of all the options laying in front of him right now, potentially, what do you think would be the most appealing one if you were Jacob Weber?
Well, the thing is, I think he, as much as playing in a Mark Pope offense is good, I think he would benefit extremely well from playing with a really good point guard, right? So I think point guard play with it wherever he goes will be massive. Obviously, if he went to Purdue, Braden's not there, but maybe you're looking at year two of, you have you have Ertl in the fold, right? You'll have maybe year two of OM. I'm not sure who's going to take the point guard duties, but I think he would benefit greatly from playing with the point guard. And then you look at Kentucky. They got Jelon Lowe multiple years, right?
They do, in theory, yeah.
Okay, so maybe you're looking at a pretty good set point guard there. I think that's going to be pretty big for him, and kind of his development. Also, I didn't mention, don't you love his jumper, G?
I love
It's
it. It's
like
beautiful.
it's pretty. It's
Yeah.
very pretty. Like he just comes off like dribble handoffs and his feet are set. It's like if you're trailing a little bit, you're not gonna get there.
Yeah, 100%. It's a beautiful jumper. He is, I mean, one of the most pure shooters in prep basketball right now, for sure. And I think the fact that it's translating to, right? Because you could consider him a specialist. I think that's fair. But oftentimes I feel like the specialists aren't the guys who go to these Adidas events and become stock risers, right? You sort of have to have a more well-rounded game to catch people's attention at a big national event like that. Jacob Weber's doing that right now as a guy who is considered a specialist. So I think it bodes well for where he's headed. I think we could continue to see him rise. And we didn't mention something I think might end up very important in his recruitment card. Did you see where he's transferring to?
No, where's he transferring?
He's playing at La Lu this year.
Oh, in Indy, huh?
La Lumiere in Indy next
Hmm.
season.
Yeah, well, hey, that I'm sure that his stock will continue to rise. Oh, who else is playing at Lalu? I'm not sure. Why do I feel like Sanderson is playing at Lalu? I can see him going to Notre Dame.
He might be at La Lu this year. He did transfer somewhere near Notre Dame. So yeah,
Yeah,
maybe is this the duo, Sanderson and Weber?
I could I mean, we talk about like him looking good in offenses. I could surely see him looking good in the Michael Shrewsbury offense.
This video is brought to you by NBA 2K Labs or maybe college football labs because the people behind 2K Labs have just built something awesome. CFBLabs.com has everything you need to play college football 26 even better. Cart, you've been playing the game, right?
I have been, but I'm behind the eight ball, Gregory. There's a lot of people out there who got a little bit of edge on me, but the good folks over at 2K Labs got me covered. They got the playbooks I need, the plays, the head-to-head coaches, knowing some teams. Obviously, way too many college football teams. I need the inside edge here, and they got all different types of things to help me get that edge.
Yeah, I jumped in and started playing Road to Glory over the weekend, and I ended up like a two-star recruit that did not get one snap in season one because I chose the wrong school with the wrong roster that was way too loaded. Had I known that CFBLabs.com exists, I would have made a much more wise decision in my Road to Glory mode. They've got teams, playbooks, coaches, team comparison tools. You can literally see every single play in the game, every player in the game, their rating, what they're good at, all in one consolidated place online to help you make the right choices and win more games in college football 26. CFBLabs.com. Go check it out.